The difference between Snoop's show versus any other talk show I've ever done is that usually there's a person, like a producer or a director, who comes to you and gives you information, like how the show begins, topics you're gonna cover, how you go to commercial, how you come back from commercial. I've spoken to no one. Snoop just starts talking, and at some point, they hit record. I'm waiting for action or a buzzer and something. Snoop just starts talking to me. Yo, what up, Big Fluff? Big Fluff, oh, that's hey. Yo, you like music? Snoop, I love music. I love your music. Yeah, that's what's up. He opens up a laptop computer and then he hits play. And the next thing I know, we are listening to hardcore Mexican banda music. I mean hardcore. And you can hear gunshots in the song. And then a cow. And the whole time Snoop is like, I love it when he go moo. What? I feel like he's messing with me because I'm Mexican, right? So I called him out. I said, Snoop, do you understand what you're listening to? And he said this, and it scared me. He said, gangster recognize gangster. The reason why it scared me was because he was telling the truth. We were listening to actual Mexican cartel songs that don't play on the radio. And the fact that he knew that, the fact that his level of street knowledge in another language was that on point, I said, I gotta shut the hell up. Don't speak unless spoken to, that's the code. Next thing I know, Snoop reaches under the desk and he pulls out the biggest blunt I have ever seen. Oh, this sucker was huge. As soon as he pulled out that freaking blunt, I got excited because I wanted to grab my cell phone, okay? I wanted to grab my cell phone so that I could take a selfie of Snoop in the background being Snoop. So while I'm fumbling, trying to get my phone, Snoop starts talking to me again. Yo, Big Fluff. Yeah, what? Hit that while I hit this. The second I went like that, all of the cameras in the room, red light, red light, red light, red light, red light. My publicist is like, no! My son is like, yeah! So then, she walks me into the doctor's office. I sit down, doctor walks in, and we spoke for an hour. In a nutshell, what he says is that he wants to take my stomach, which in his opinion is the size of an NFL football, and he wants to cut it and make it the size of a hard-boiled egg. Therefore, you only eat this much and you lose weight with time. Problem with gastric bypass is that if you don't stick to their program religiously, not only will you not lose weight, you will gain weight, and you'll have a series of complications. And then he asked, do you travel a lot? I'm like, I'm on the road 46 weeks out of the year. He goes, this is not gonna work for you. I'm like, I agree, I like 2 eggs. I said, well, what should I do? He goes, I don't know, but this isn't gonna work. So I left the office, I was bummed out, you guys. I get in my car, I was so depressed because I'm like, someone told me I got 2 years to live. Surgery is my last hope. And so I started crying. I was sad, I was in the car, I'm crying. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? And the only thing that could cheer me up was a drive-thru. And I know that sounds crazy. Some of you are like, isn't that what got you in that position to begin with? Yes, but it's the only thing that made sense. There's a reason why it's called comfort food. Think about that. Anytime you see someone eating a burger, they never look sad. They always look happy. You might look sad walking in, you might look sad walking out, but when the actual event of eating a burger is happening, life couldn't be better. That's right. My girl told me that I make sounds when I eat burgers. I didn't know. Apparently I do. I'm eating a burger and I'm like, She was like, are you eating that or are you eating that? Think about it. Who's sad when they're eating fast food? I'll tell you who's sad. The person eating a salad watching someone eat fast food. That's who's sad. So I pull up to this fast food restaurant with a big M on it. And the guy in the speaker's like, may I help you? And I'm crying. I'm like, you have no idea. What I eventually wound up doing, you guys, is I started low carbing. Now, I am not eating healthy by no means, okay? I still eat fast food every single day. And people question it. How do you eat fast food and lose 100 pounds? I'll give you an example. I'll go to a burger place and I'll order a double cheeseburger. I won't eat the bread. I won't eat the onions, the tomato, the ketchup. I'll eat the meat, the cheese, the mayo, the mustard, and I'll order up to 3 with like 3 diet sodas. And people go, that's unhealthy. The cholesterol's gonna kill you. I agree. But guess what? Cholesterol is going to take 10 years to kill me. Diabetes is going to do it in 2. Right now, I'm winning by 8. Hell yeah, that's called fluffy math, bro. There's a lot of people mad in here right now. Fluffy found a loophole, yes. So I started low carbing, I started doing yoga, and I know that sounds like a joke right there. Yeah, some of you are like, he means yogurt. No, yoga. Freaking DDP helped me, and then I started lifting weights, and it's kind of hard for me, you guys, because now I have people at my shows telling me, we're noticing there's a little difference. You're a little less fluffy. What's going to happen if you keep losing weight? What are we going to call you? What are we going to call you? I lift weights. Call me Buffy. I don't care. The point is that I'm not trying to lose weight for vanity's sake. I'm very secure. The point is that I'm trying to lose weight so I can be around for my family, so I can be around for my friends, and so I can be around for you. Now, all jokes aside, let me tell you exactly why I would be an amazing gay partner. And no jokes and no disrespect, this is the actual reason why. The level of communication between 2 men is so high, I might actually get an answer. There might be clarity and understanding. Bye, guys. I might hear a yes. I might hear a no. There might be resolution. Do you know how many relationships I have been in where I still don't know the outcome to certain conversations? Very simple yes or no ones, you know? Something as simple as, baby, you hungry? Well, I haven't eaten yet, so I probably should eat something, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it right now. But if I don't eat right now, you know how I'm going to get later. So it's probably a good idea that I eat right now, but it really depends on the options. What do you think? Ah! What about this one? Where would you like to eat? Look at that. You're already pointing. You're like, finally! I'm not alone! Right, bro? You would think that is the safest question in the world to ask, but it's not safe. It's not. You ask them, where would you like to eat? Well, you know me. I'm easy. I'm go with the flow. Just pick something. Well, just pick, you know me. Just pick some. Okay, we're going to Burger King. I don't like Burger King. Why do we always got to go to Burger King? Burger King gives me the runs. I don't want Burger King. What about this one? How do you feel? Seriously? Seriously, you're going to ask me how I feel? You know, if you were to just take the time to listen, and pay attention, you might actually know how I feel instead of having to ask me how I feel. To think that I spent all this time and energy to just make sure you're taken care of, for you to have to ask me such a stupid question, how do I feel? Now imagine the exact same conversation between me and Mr. Lexus. How quick and efficient it would be. Hey, bro, you hungry? Thought you'd never ask. Where do you want to eat? Whatever you want to eat. We're going to Burger King. I love Whoppers. Me too. We go to Burger King, we tear it up, and then we get back to the house, and I ask him, hey, how do you feel? Horny. Me too. All right, bro, how do you want to do this? Heads or tails? It would be efficient. It's hypothetical. It's hypothetical. I got you, bro. Did I go too far with the Lexus? Did I have you up until then? He's like, oh, hell no, let's go. Come on. I've heard about enough of this shit. God damn it. I'll tell you right now, though, every time I get into an argument with my girl, and she says something like, well, you think you can do better? I'm like, oh, I know I can have a Lexus. It's different. But times are changing. The rules are changing, so I don't know how much longer this is going to be okay. I'll tell you what happened to me and why I brought that up. I did a podcast, and before I went into the studio, I'm talking to the producer outside, and the producer's really excited and happy, and she's like, Gabriel Iglesias, we're so excited to have you. This is really cool. Before you go in, the host wanted me to ask you something before you go in for your interview. I go, sure, go for it. Okay, what do you identify as? I wasn't sure how to answer that. I'm 47 years old. I didn't know what to say. I was like, shit, hungry, I guess. I mean, I'm tired, sleepy, depressed on Tuesdays. I don't know what you want me to say. See, here's the thing. I knew what she was trying to ask me. I just wasn't trying to get involved in a conversation about something that has absolutely nothing to do with me. This was, yeah. I felt like I was being baited because no matter how I answered that question, I was going to find myself in an awkward situation. So, because for me, I was just like, let me just be funny. But nowadays, you can't just not answer the question because silence is seen as a problem. And I'm sorry if me not answering a certain question is considered a problem. I was brought up during a time where you were constantly told to mind your business. That's all I'm trying to do. Is stay in my lane. Another thing we were constantly told was always respect your elders. And no matter what generation you were from, that was at least the one thing we could always agree on until now. Now older people are seen as a problem. They are, and I understand the youth of today has the technology in the palm of their hands, and you can Google just about anything, but you cannot Google life experience, okay? You can't. You can't download struggling. You can't download failure. You can't download these moments that help build you up to make you a better person. And so, again, for me, I chose to stay in my lane and just crack jokes when the girl asked me the question. She got very upset. She got very offended. Oh, as soon as I cracked the joke, she's like, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, what are your pronouns? What? What are your pronouns? For example, are you a they or a them? A they? Or a them? How fat am I? When did I stop being a it? Apparently I ate myself into a plural. That's what happened. What I'm finding is even if you have good intentions and you're just trying to be cool, you can still find yourself in a situation. So I'll tell you what else happened to me, okay? I was at a McDonald's. That's not even the joke, but okay. Already they're like, this is gonna be good. No. I was at a McDonald's by my house. The McDonald's by my house is actually a twofer. It's a McDonald's on the corner, and it's also a gas station. I got a big SUV. I knew it was gonna be a minute, so I said, let me go get some nuggets while I'm here. I walk into the McDonald's, and as I'm walking in, I couldn't help but notice this homeless family sitting right outside. Now, they didn't have a sign. They did not ask me for money, but you could just tell. You could just tell that this poor family is dealing with life. So I get inside and I said, you know what? I don't need anything to eat. I really don't. At this point, it's just a habit. I get to the register and I says, you know what, let me order some food for the family. They got kids with them. So I placed an order and the cashier's like, anything else? Actually, yes. Do you have wet naps? Excuse me? You know, wet naps to clean your hands? Sir, you're more than welcome to use the restroom. I'll give you the code. Here's the thing. It's not for me. It's for the homeless family that's right outside the door. I want to make sure that the little kids can clean their hands before they eat. This food that I just ordered is for them. And as we're talking, thank you. As we're talking, the manager at the McDonald's is listening in to our conversation. And she walks over and she's all nosy, right? She's like, excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear the conversation. Did you just say that this food is for the family outside? Yeah, I hope that's okay. Oh no, it is definitely okay. Giving food to people who need food is definitely okay. However, what you just called them is not okay. What did I call them? You said homeless. 'Cause they are, look, shit. He's licking the window. Sir, you can't say that word anymore. It's considered offensive. Who complained? Okay, well, if I'm not supposed to say the word homeless anymore, what am I supposed to say instead of the word homeless? Sir, the new politically correct term is actually unhoused when describing someone in an unfortunate situation like that. You're kidding.
No, sir, I'm not kidding. And please lower your voice.
How do you want me to lower my voice when you're saying something so ridiculous?
Well, sir, if you think it's ridiculous, then clearly you are part of the problem, not the solution.
Oh, Miami, I wanted to get ghetto. I wanted to get ghetto. Oh yeah, I wanted to go full Hialeah on them. Thank you for coming, Hialeah. So yeah, I wanted to go off on her, but I wanted to get ghetto, but I couldn't. Because that is the regular McDonald's I go to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get banned. The next one's far and Cass is a bitch, so I'm like, nah. So I looked at her and I said, okay, we're gonna play this game. Let's play this game. From now on, I'm no longer fat. According to you, I am now unexercised. I did, bro. She looked at me. She's like,
don't be ridiculous.
And I looked at her and I was like, oh, well, if you think it's ridiculous, then clearly you are part of the problem, not the solution. And I grabbed the food and I walked out. Now, second half of the story, I walk over to the family, okay? And I hand the bags of food to the mom. And the mom was so nice. She was just happy that someone thought of her and her kids. She got very emotional. She's like, I just want to say thank you. You have no idea what you're doing for us right now. This really means a lot. Thank you. And I had to ask the question. I said, are you okay? Yeah, I know what you thought. Look at some of you like, don't do it. Oh, I did it. That's why we're here. Watch. So I looked at her and I said, are you okay? And she was like, no, unfortunately, we're not okay. We're not. We've been homeless now for 4 days. And I was like, I don't know if you heard, but I didn't correct her. I didn't correct her because I'm not a dick. That's why I didn't correct her. When I travel, there are other countries out there that have no idea what political correctness is. I'll tell you which place it is. Australia. They don't care. It's nowhere near the top of their list. I've never been in a country where people speak more freely. And when I mean freely, I know we say we have freedom of speech, but if you feel a certain way and you think it, you might edit. You might go, I shouldn't say that. It might hurt their feeling. It might come across wrong. I might have to deal with an issue later. So you're always editing in your head, but the thoughts are always there. And it's, and then you speak. In Australia, that filter's not there. They will speak their mind so freely. And you have to know this before you go to Australia, because I didn't know that. I went to the beach. Oh, I had people walking up to me. Hey, look it. Somebody help me get them back in the water.
You're gonna be all right there, mate. We got you. We got you right there. Look at him. He's crying. He's crying. I bet it tastes like gravy. Look at it right there.
If you know that's how it's gonna be, no problem. It'll be fun. But if you don't know, you're like, oh my God. And it's not bullying if everyone does it. It is an even playing field over there. It's just pretty crazy. I'll tell you, I got drunk in Australia. I have a lot of stories like that. I've been drunk in Minnesota too. I would be afraid though to, getting drunk, like let's say for example, in California, if you get drunk and you're stumbling out of a bar and you fall into bushes, right? What happened to Ron? Where's Ron? I guess he must have caught an Uber. And the next morning, Ron wakes up in the bushes. He's like, oh man, I'm still here. You can't do that here in the winter. Oh, hell no, right? You come out, I don't feel, and you fall in the snow, and they don't find you till that shit thaws out. Next summer, there he is. Be careful. And by the way, you guys, since the last time we were here, I've had a few things change in my life. Some things happened that were so crazy that I couldn't even believe that it was a possibility. First thing that happened was I had my first ever celebrity death hoax, meaning that someone faked my death on the internet and it went viral. Someone wrote an amazing article that was read by over 30 million people that was so good. Even I was like, oh my God, I was so nice. TMZ reported it for 30 minutes until they called my publicist and confirmed that I was still alive. The article said that I had died October 31st from complications of type 2 diabetes. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, that's a hell of a day to kill a diabetic. You know what I mean? That's like killing Santa on Christmas Eve. 30 million people read this article. No one thought to call me. Except Martin. That's right. Martin was the only one that called me. And I think that was just to verify that he still had employment. I got that phone call. Hello? Martin was like, hey, you dead? No, man, I'm good. I figured you would have texted me. And I would have, because that's the kind of friend I am, you know? I even asked my son Frankie, I said, Frankie, did you hear I died? That's what they meant. I go, what do you mean that's what they meant? Well, my friends were asking if you were okay. I go, what'd you tell them? I hadn't seen you. And so, well, apparently I died. Welcome back. And that's another thing that's changed, you guys. My son Frankie is now 18 years old and 1 week away from graduation. You guys are clapping, but he's not leaving. I've already asked him. I said, Frankie, what do you want to do with your life? Have you thought about college? Just now. I'm like, Frankie, you do realize that all you need to do is get accepted. I tell a lot of jokes. I will pay for your entire college education no matter where you want to go. As long as you get accepted. What do you think about that? I say, you know, if you want to go to school in California, we'll make it happen. You want to go to school out of state, we'll make it happen. I said, hell, I'll even do one of those international programs. You know, the ones where you give them one of your children and then they give you one of their children? What is it called when you kid swap? Thank you. Sorry. That's right. Exchange. Some of you are like, that's called human trafficking. Different program. I would love to do an exchange program with my son, but don't give me a regular kid. If I'm gonna do an exchange program, give me a kid from like a hardcore third world country so that he appreciates all the basic things most American children take for granted. That's why I say, give me little Tombutu. Give me Tombutu. I would love Tombutu, and Tombutu would love me.
Mr. Fluffy,
Yes, Tombutu.
I was wondering, what time do we go to sleep?
You go to sleep whenever you like. This is your room. We sleep next door. All of this is for Tombutu? Yes, all of this is for Tombutu.
In my village, 2 families sleep in an area this big.
Well, here in America, one big-ass Mexican kid sleeps right here. Enjoy. And then I would take him to like IHOP or Denny's and let him order whatever he wants and just watch him lose it. You know?
This is the Thanksgiving I heard of. Thank you, Mr. Fluffy. Thank you. If there is anything Tombutu can do for you, please tell me. Anything.
Can you help me take out the trash?
For you, I will eat the trash.
Meanwhile, my son's on the other side of the world on top of an elephant trying to get Wi-Fi. So I want to bring you guys up to speed as far as what else has been happening in my life. My son, who's here tonight, I don't know where in the building he's at, but Frankie's in the house. He is officially, he just turned 19, and he's now a high school graduate. And he's not leaving the house. If not for Pokemon Go, he'd never see the sun. It's a little bit frustrating, but I'm very proud of him. The fact that he finished high school. I asked him too. I said, so what's the plan now? Okay. A little frustrating because the problem is he has something I didn't have when I was 19. He has opportunities. He has chances. He has people offering him the things. And I'm just like, really? And he's not taking advantage of it. And it's really bothering me. So the day after his graduation, I took him and his mom out to dinner. I took him to Red Lobster in Cerritos. Now, me personally, I love Red Lobster. And not even for the seafood. I'm talking about the biscuits. Oh, man. Red Lobster biscuits. The meal maxes out after the biscuits, okay? So we're sitting there, and we're having a conversation about what he's going to do with his life. And we're trying to be cool. We're like, listen, Frankie, have you this, schooling, travel abroad, whatever. As we're having the conversation, the manager from Red Lobster recognizes me, and he walks over to the table. And he's being really cool. He's like, hey, I'm sitting there, hey. Without missing a beat. Is this the infamous Frankie you talk about? And I'm like, yes, it is. I go, he just graduated from high school. Congratulations. And he's looking for a job. Like I was kidding, but I kind of wasn't. This is what I mean about opportunities. The manager reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a business card. and he puts it down in front of my son, and he starts to tell him, listen, Frankie, this is all you need to do. Just go online and fill out the application. Once it's registered, call me personally, and I'll make sure that you get an interview. The only position we have available right now is for a host, but there's plenty of room for opportunity here at Red Lobster. Besides, you have one hell of a reference here. Have a good day. And then he walked away, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get free biscuits. My son looks at me and he says, I don't want to work at Red Lobster. I said, well, Frankie, no one is making you work anywhere. This is just another example of an opportunity that's being handed to you. Okay, no Red Lobster. What do you want to do with yourself? Well, I don't know. I got frustrated, you guys, so I raised my voice. Well, you need to start thinking. His mom didn't like that. Don't talk to him like that. I said, look, biscuit blocker. See, the problem is we're both trying to handle this situation differently. That's his mom. She's trying to protect him. She's trying to protect him from the world. I'm trying to prepare him for the world. I'm like, Frankie, if you can't handle me raising my voice for 2 seconds, you're not ready to go outside. So I says, you know what? I says, I can't have this conversation with him right now because she's going to interfere. So I says, I'll just wait and I'll have this conversation later. But I can't just make it a talk. I have to just sneak it in. Otherwise, they'll tune me out like those kids did 5 minutes ago. So I figured, you know what? I'll take him to the movies. We'll have a little talk in the car. We'll have a little talk when we get to the theater. We'll have a little talk on the way home. I take him to this movie theater in Pasadena. It's a really cool theater where you can pay to sit in recliners. It's real nice. So I take him there, a little present, hook him up with some stuff, and we have a nice little chit-chat. And then we leave. We're leaving about 1 o'clock in the morning. We caught the last showing of this movie. And as we're in the parking structure pulling out of the corner of my eye, I see a cop car at the light. And I'm like, man. And Frankie's like, what is it, Dad? So there's a cop at the light. What are you worried about? He's going to stop us. How do you know? The car has all kinds of illegal crap on it. Well, it does. You know, all the windows are tinted black. There's no front plate. The rims are really big. The stereo freaking... The car is screaming. So I make the left turn. Sure enough, Frankie starts freaking out. It's happening! I pull over. You know. Cop pulls up from behind me. Right away, gets on the mic. Driver, windows down. Oh, here we go. Driver, hands out the window. Serious? Both of them. I can't, I'm fat. He starts walking towards the car, and he's doing the whole cop walk, you know. And as soon as he gets by the window, he pulls out the flashlight, and he shines the light right in my face. And so I'm blinded, right? I'm just, license, yeah, here. So I give him the license, and he starts giving me the speech, you know. Do you understand why I stopped you? I said, no, officer, I don't, but I'm sure you're about to tell me. You don't have a front plate on your car. You have a rear plate, but you don't have a front plate. Officer, you're absolutely right. I do not have a front plate on my car. Why don't you have a front plate? Because I run red lights and that's how you catch me? All right, look, officer, I know I don't have a front plate on the car, but my name is actually on the front of the car. Excuse me? My name is on the front of the car. Are you being a smartass? Check. I have a 2012 Ford Flex that I drove here tonight, okay? And the Ford Flex has the word flex written across the hood. I have a buddy who does custom automotive work, and he removed the word flex from the front of the car and left the letter F, and he replaced the letters so that it spells out Fluffy. So Fluffy is actually on the hood of my car. Yeah, it sounds impressive, but you can do it too for $36. It's they're like refrigerator magnets. It's pretty, with like toothpaste on the back. You stick it. It's really cool. So anyway, the officer walks around to the front of the car, and he takes the flashlight and he shines it on the hood. And he does this. I knew it! And my son said, what does that mean? I said, that means we're going home. For the first time in a long time, my son was actually impressed by something that I did. You guys got to figure, he grew up in this environment. He's been to a million shows. He's seen me on TV. He's numb to it. It's no big deal to him. But the fact that I got stopped by a cop, the cop recognized me and let me go, I got street cred with my kid. My son was like, that's the coolest gangster shit I've ever seen. And I was like, oh, I didn't know what to say. I was like, yay, yay. It was cool. We get home, he's still talking about it, He's being so loud, he wakes up his mom. His mom walks in the living room. Now it's like 2 a.m. She's like, what's going on, you guys? Mom, you should have seen it. We got stopped by the cops. The cops recognized Dad, and they let us go. I looked at her and go, well, you got nothing to say? She just, All right. This next thing I'm going to say is in no way, shape, or form political. So please don't take it that way. The vaccine. Look at some of you. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I knew it. I knew it was coming. I knew it. Look at him. He's got booster written all over him. Look at him. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your bodies. I'm just here to share a story. I got vaccinated, okay, and I'm not saying it to get approval. I'm just telling you because, hey, look, I was 85% of the underlying conditions. At this point, I'm rolling the dice. Plus, I wanted to work. I got the vaccine, but it was one of those things where, in the beginning, when you wanted to get the vaccine, you couldn't just walk into a CVS. You had to make an appointment, and it was a drive out. You couldn't just show up, because I tried. Oh, I tried using the face. I'm like, hey. Apparently this only works at Red Lobster. Oh yeah, I could show up at Red Lobster at 8 o'clock on a Saturday. It's on. Do you have reservations? It's Fluffy, make biscuits! But for the vaccine, no, I made my appointment like everyone else. It was a drive-out location, There's a little speaker box. May I help you? This is very familiar. Yeah, let me have a large vaccine. Pfizer, Moderna. I got a coupon, whatever's free. Pull up to the window. And then I pull up to the next window. And then a guy who's all covered up. He's got the whole, Then you give them your arm, and then they harpoon you, and they make you park your car for 10 to 15 minutes in case you have an allergic reaction. So I'm sitting in the car, and I got the radio going and the AC going, and I glance over, and I notice that there's people there protesting. And that's fine. Protesting is a right, and I'm all for it, okay? My problem is when protesters leave the sidewalk and get right in your face. So here's what happened. I glance over, I see the protesters, and I locked eyes with one of them. And I could do this all day. I'm in the car, right? I'm like, what? The lady who I'm looking at all of a sudden starts walking towards me. And I'm like, shit. She gets to my car and she starts going off on me. And I have never had a complete stranger go off on me for no reason at all. She gets to the car and she's like, "You are so stupid. You are so stupid. How could you get the vaccine? How could you get the vaccine? You have no idea what you just put inside your body, dumbass." I didn't know what to say. I was like, "Bitch, I eat chorizo." You have no idea what that vaccine has to work through in order to have any type of effect whatsoever. It's got to go through years worth of chorizo, chicharrón, carnitas, carne asada, freaking hot dogs, bologna, spam, menudo, caldo de res. Oh. It's got to go through the gauntlet.
There is a lot of respect for this man. That being said, let me share a story with you. About 1.5 years ago, maybe longer, we're on the bus and we're heading down the highway. Just so you have an understanding of the layout of the bus, let's just say this is the front. Here's Dave, the driver, empty seat next to him, a sliding door that goes in between Dave and the rest of the bus. My buddy Alfred and I are sitting in the living room area watching TV. We're watching the news. And on the news, we're watching this person who is running for some type of office. No particular office. And I guess their big plan is to erect a structure between two bodies of land. No particular land. And I guess they want one side of the structure to be responsible for the financing. And Alfred and I, we have a lot of family in construction. And we know a bad job when we see one. So we started to voice our opinion about how we felt about this structure out loud. We were being a little too loud. Dave could hear us. And then we hear Dave. America. I yell out to Dave. I go, "Be quiet, Dave. You don't understand. This isn't about you." Dave taps a button on the dashboard that activates the sliding door. And when the door is about that far from closing, he yells out, "I'm building a wall." I couldn't even get upset because I was too much in shock over the fact that that came out of someone 4 feet away from me. Alfred and I look like chickens. We're like, all of a sudden, my cell phone goes off. I pull out my phone and I see that it's a text message from Dave. And I said, "That's right. He better say just kidding. He better say I'm sorry." I open up the text message and it says, "And you're paying for it." And people tell me, "You still employ him after that?" Yep. I trust Dave with my life every single night, and I wouldn't want anyone else but Dave at the wheel. I have a lot of respect and love for that guy, okay? Good dude. I know what's in his heart. Besides that, at the end of the day, he still has to drive around Mexicans. The point to the story is, just because you have a difference in opinion, it doesn't mean that you can't have respect for one another. It doesn't mean you can't have friendships with one another. It is our differences that make us special.
So let me tell you guys, I'm in the doctor's office and he tells me, he says, listen, Gabriel, obviously working out isn't cutting it. I have a friend who specializes in gastric bypass, and I think it would benefit you greatly to at least listen to what the guy has to say. It couldn't hurt. So he hands me a card. The card says BH Surgical Center. I make an appointment. I show up to this place. I get to the door. The door doesn't say BH Surgical Center. It actually says Center for the Morbidly Obese. Yeah, that shit's not cute. So I figure I'm there, I might as well check it out. So I walk in, I go over to the receptionist, and I ask, right spot? And she was cool. She was like,
Yes, sir, you're in the right location.
can I ask you something?
Absolutely.
Why does it say Center for the Morbidly Obese on the door?
The doctors prefer it that way,
Why don't you have that on the card?
because then you won't come in. First time?
Yeah, first time. So she hands me a clipboard, and she goes,
Please take this clipboard and have a seat. They'll call you in a few minutes.
so I turn around and I sit down on this couch, and I start filling out the paperwork. And it wasn't like insurance forms and stuff like that. It was actually more of like a questionnaire. They ask you a bunch of questions, and you have to answer from 1 to 10 how unhealthy you think you are. And it's not going good. It's not. I'm like, oh, freaking 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 10, 9, 9, 10, 9, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And as I'm filling out the paperwork outside the door, I hear. All of a sudden, the door opens up, and this dude walks in, freaking. I was like, oh my God, you're morbid. Immediately, my score got better. I'm like, shoot, I'm a 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I'm healthy by default. He makes his way over to the receptionist, and she's like,
Are you here for the 8:30? Is this your first time here? Because the doctors prefer it that way. Because then you won't come in. Oh, God. Take this clipboard and have a seat. They'll call you in a few minutes.
so he turns around, and he looks at me and my sofa, and he's like, I I swear it was like the opening scene to the movie Pacific Rim. He's like, I was like, ah! No! No one's sitting here? Yeah, it's all you, bro.
I'm in Australia getting drunk after a show. It was my first time there, and I just wanted to hang out with the locals, get the vibe. I'm partying with these two Australian dudes, and for the record, they really speak that way. That's not Hollywood, that's the real accent. They're loud. You know.
All right, mate, you doing all right? How are you? All right.
I got so drunk, I sounded like them.
All right, yeah, right, there, mate, no worries, right.
Australian people do not drink Foster's beer. That's an American thing. I tried ordering a Foster's in Australia and it didn't go over well. The bartender looks at me and says,
Well, you like the taste of piss, do you?
all right, don't order that again. The preferred beer of choice is a beer called VB, Victoria Bitters, or a rum called Bundaberg. And so I'm drinking with these dudes. We kill a bottle together. And then a third Australian joined the conversation. And he sounded a little bit different than the other two. He had more of a raspy voice. All right then, mate. You do all right. These two didn't like that one, so they called him a name and they left. And now it's me and the drunk pirate. He tells me that he's a professional knife maker. I've met many people who have used knives, but I've never met one that makes them. I was fascinated. He showed me the process on his phone of how he makes knives. And while we're hanging out talking about knives, we polish off 2 more bottles of that rum. And drunk isn't even a word to describe my level. My tour manager, Ryan, who you guys said hi to earlier up here, he comes up to me and he says, Gabe, we gotta go. And at this point, I'm like, but Ryan, I just made a friend and he makes knives. And the knives are pretty. My tour manager always knows how to talk to me no matter what condition I'm in. If I'm drunk, he knows better than to talk to me like I'm an adult. He talks to me like I'm 2. Trust me, you guys, it works. He looks at me and says, hey, buddy, you hungry? Well, listen, if we don't leave right now, they're going to close McDonald's and you're going to have to eat at the airport.
I gotta go.
Oh, man, you gotta go, no worries. And he goes to shake my hand. And when he shook my hand, he put his personal pocket knife that he made in my hand as a gift. Thanks for being nice, mate. And I was like, thank you. I'm gonna cut cheeseburgers with this. And so we get to McDonald's, and the manager was a big fan of mine. And he said, hey, stay as long as you like. And he shouldn't have said that. The plan was do the show, go have some drinks, go get a bite to eat, go back to the hotel, freshen up, and then go to the airport. We stayed too long, and now we don't have time to go, freshen up. So we got to go straight to the airport. We're on time, but we're still, not in airport condition. Ryan is trying to push me through the airport, and you saw Ryan, and you see what's in front of you. It's not easy for him to, and I'm drunk, so he's pushing. He's got one hand on each shoulder. He's pushing me through the airport. I look like a big-ass load at Costco. And he gets me all the way to airport security. And fortunately, in Australia, airport security, you don't have to take off your shoes. And I didn't worry about a belt because I don't wear belts. I don't because I have a butt. So I'm good. So he lines me up with airport security. And he's like, I gotta let you go.
Don't let me go.
I gotta let you go.
Don't let me go.
And he pushed me. And I'm going forward. And he yells out, you're a plane. And the 2-year-old came out, I'm a plane. And now this fluffy 747 is headed right for the metal detector. And I can see the officer on the other side like, as soon as I get to the metal detector, Ryan yells out, wings down! And I made it through, and I didn't touch the edges. But when I went through, and I sobered up for half a second because I realized I still have the knife in my pocket. And so I'm standing there, and I'm looking at the officer. And the officer does this. He goes, go ahead. Now, see, sober me would have internally celebrated the fact that I am not going to prison for sneaking a knife past airport security and boarding a flight. Drunk me was offended. Oh, you can ask Alfred, he was right behind me. I looked at the security officer and I said, hey, how do you know? How do you know I'm not a terrorist? And I could hear Alfred, fuck! The officer in uniform wearing a badge looks at me and says, hey, when have you ever seen a fat terrorist?
Hey, look at him, he's crying.
I didn't have a phone in school. Your mom didn't have a phone in school. If we needed to make a phone call, we had to carry change or we had to call collect. What's that?
Oh my God.
Trying to explain the concept of a collect call to my kid is like trying to explain rocket science. He'll never have to deal with it. He'll never know what it's like to be out late somewhere and have to use a phone. First of all, to find a payphone. If you see a payphone now, you look at it like, oh wow, they forgot to take it down. Get your camera, take a picture, because that shit's gone. Take a picture. He'll never know about staying out late at night and having to use one of those nasty phones and taking off that receiver. You know, the nasty one that has gum and gonorrhea all over it, right? And you got to keep it far away from your face so you don't get infected. And then you make that phone call. You know that freaking, when you make a collect call back in the day, it was expensive. He's not going to have to do that now. Back in the day, if you made a collect call, it was a mission. It was a mission and it was expensive. If you called my mom collect, it better have been life or death. Or that's what it was gonna be. But again, back to the whole, the story. is that the Hawaiian shirts, you guys, I wear them because I live here in Los Angeles, and you guys know about the whole color thing. You wear the wrong color, they might confuse you for being in a gang. Like if you wear all blue, people say, it's a crip. If you wear red, it's a blood. I messed around and wore yellow, it's a Pokemon. I'm not lying, man. I'm standing in line for a roller coaster at Disneyland. Some little kid started messing with me. Ama, look, it's Pikachu. It's a big Pokemon. What did you say? What? Mess with me. So yeah, that's the whole story behind that. Another reason too, you guys, the whole Hawaiian shirt thing, just cause it's comfortable. Gotta wear comfortable clothes. You know, I can't go to the big and tall. Every time I go to show up and try to buy some clothes, for myself, some little cholo took them. You know what I'm talking about? The one guy that buys the giant pants that fit me really good. And he's gotta put folds and creases in them. I saw this guy who had so many folds and creases in his pants that when he stood sideways, his khakis looked like mini blinds. And as far as the whole fluffy thing, it's cool being fluffy, man. My ex-girlfriend, she was cool. She was fluffy too. She was, man. I used to call her up in the middle of the night, and all my friends would always tell us how romantic we were. I'd call her up, no big deal, right? Old school, huh? Pick up the phone. Hello. Hey. What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. I'm just here.
Ooh. Where?
In the kitchen.
Oh, really? Oh, what are you doing in the kitchen?
Oh, nothing. I'm just baking.
Oh, really? Ooh, what are you baking?
Oh, nothing. Just a chocolate cake.
Oh, really? Oh, baby, say it slow, say it slow.
Chocolate cake.
Ay, Dios mío. Oh, baby, I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna come. You're gonna come. I'm gonna come over and eat your cake. And it's funny because, for me to relate to my son, it's a little challenging, you guys. And it's not that I can't relate to a teenager, because I can. I can relate to almost any age. I got people that brought kids here tonight. The problem is that my son doesn't see me as an entertainer. He sees me as the guy that tells him to take a shower, put on deodorant, stop picking your nose. That's me. His friends, on the other hand, I'm like a god to his friends. Every time I drop off Frankie at school now, I pull up, the kids see my car. They freak out and they run over to it and they put their hands on it like it's a shrine. They touch the car like freaking, Selena está aquí, Some of you got that. Gracias. Anyway. Then the kids start shaking my car side to side, chanting, Fluffy, Fluffy, Fluffy. And Frankie's in the front seat, pissed. He's pissed. He's like, this is bull. I'm like, hey, dude, don't get mad at me because I'm more popular than you at your school. Little hater. He gets out of the car all mad. They're still chanting, Fluffy, Fluffy. The thing is that our worlds are very different. His world revolves around Grand Theft Auto, the video game, YouTube, and girls. He's really good at 2 of those. The other one, not so much. And it's not that I'm trying to be a hater about it. It's just that I tell Frankie, listen, you need to start having more conversations. You need to become more talkative and interact like this. See, he'd rather text than talk. That's his whole thing. I'm like, dude, you gotta learn, start to talk to me. I wish you would talk to me more. You could learn a lot about talking by talking to me. I'm just saying, I only do it professionally. But no, he'd rather text. It's at the point now where if I'm in the house and I yell, Frankie, did you take out the trash? Nothing. All of a sudden, cling. I take out my phone, no. But if I say, I got money for you, freaking Houdini, right? Oh, hello. Because you can't text cash. That's my big thing right now. I just want him to take out the trash. He's 16 years old now. He should have been doing this since he was 10, but better late than never. And what he does is he'll sit in the living room and he tunes out the rest of the house. He sits there and he'll put on these headphones that I got him for Christmas a couple of years ago. These Beats with the freaking studio button, and it cuts out all of the sound. They are so strong that when he starts watching his YouTube videos, he can't hear himself laugh. And for me, that is the funniest thing in the world. I'm in the other room and I can hear him. This is what I hear. I'm in the other room like, who brought the Germans? And so I walk out into the living room and I see Frankie and he's laughing at his phone and I gotta flag him down. I go, hey. And he'll take him off. What's up, Dad? I go, Frankie, can you do me a favor? Can you please take out the trash? Okay. And then he puts them back on. What? Now? I go, yes. Now? When you ask me for a ride, it's because you need a ride when you ask for it, right? Not later. Then he says, where are we going? Just take out the trash. And then he does it. He takes out the trash, but he acts like he's doing me the biggest favor in the world. And he stares me down and he doesn't break eye contact. He's like, and then I'll hold the bag over the can and he makes a sound. I'm like, dude, so much drama. It's crazy. I'd like to have normal conversations with him, but usually I got to take it that far for us to interact. I look forward to conversations, even if it's something small and minute. At least it gives me a chance to trigger another conversation with him. I look forward to a few things. I look forward to December, because in December, Frankie becomes very chatty. Otherwise, he's one-word kid. Parents, you know what I'm talking about. Kids, one-word kid. And you try to talk to him. Hey, how's your day? Good. You have any homework? Yeah. You gonna do it? Maybe. You hungry? Mm-hmm. What do you want? Food. Usually that's what I get. But December rolls around, and guess what December is? December is when he becomes very chatty because he has an agenda. All of a sudden, he goes from one-word kid to very like, hey, how's your week, Dad? You doing good? Yeah, how are the shows going? You doing all right? Do you need anything? You need anything? I'm like, I needed this in July, just saying. And I know it's fake, but at least, once again, it allows me to put my real conversation on top of his fake one. And if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. Because, after COVID, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only good thing I can say about 2020 for me was the fact that for some reason I managed to lose 70 pounds. Thank you. Yeah, I lost 70 pounds. People ask me, what's your secret? I said, it's no secret. They closed all the goddamn restaurants. That's a secret. I didn't know how to cook. That was the secret. It was me at home with a Foreman grill making weenies. But we were on tour in Kalamazoo, Michigan when we got the news that we had to go home. And then we came home and we all turned on our TVs and we watched them lie to us. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy person, but they told us, remember? It's only going to be 2 weeks. That's it. They told us 2 weeks. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, we'd just like to ask that you go home for 2 weeks. Be with your loved ones. Be with your family. Just 2 weeks while we figure things out. Dr. Anthony Fauci has given us some new information to go by. Just 2 weeks. That's all we need. Just 2 weeks. And I apologize for using the same stereotypical old white voice. But that's the one that they used. Because that's the one we listen to in a time of crisis. It couldn't be any other voice. It couldn't be, no hombre, cállate, shut up, mira. No más 2 weeks, okay? No más tú. You're gonna go home con tu mamá y tu papá. And if COVID come to the house, you tell COVID, hey, no está aquí, güey. Come back another time, it's okay. Just 2 weeks. It couldn't be any other voice. It couldn't be, I tell you what, this is what you're gonna do, goddammit. You're gonna take your ass home, you're gonna hunker down. You're gonna hunker down, and if COVID shows up at your front door, get her done right there to the face. Okay, that's what you're gonna do. Just 2 weeks. It couldn't be any other voice. It couldn't be, all right, listen up, okay, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna go home, you're gonna be with your family and them, right? And if, oh, you don't wanna laugh at the black voice, huh? Whatever, that's your guilt, not my guilt. I'm fine. I'm fine. But yeah, just 2 weeks. That's what they told us. 2 weeks. And 2 weeks turned into 2 months, turned into half a year, turned into a year plus. And little by little, they told us who was most at risk for COVID-19. Come to find out, it's people over 45. Okay? People who are overweight. Here we go. Diabetics, no chingas, really? Most at risk, Latinos and African Americans. Bye, Felicia. I come to find out I was 85% of the underlying conditions. Over 45, overweight, diabetic, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. Apparently, COVID is my Tinder match. Someone finally wants to swipe right, and her name is Corona. Yeah.
Please welcome Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh my God, this is so cool. This is so exciting. Finally, this is like a childhood dream come true right here, you guys. I'm on the Arsenio Hall show. Hell yeah. And I'm 100 pounds lighter. Thank you. And everybody in the front is like, well, how big were you? Yeah, no kidding, man. And for me, this is so exciting because, like, I'm backstage talking to Marlon, and we're watching the clips, and for the first time, I get to actually promote a film. Like, a year ago, I got to do a movie called Magic Mike, and I couldn't really promote it because, well, not for kids anyway. Hey, kids, go tell your parents to take you to see,
Está sucio, cochino.
Yeah, so I couldn't do that. And then, a few months later, I went from an R-rated film about male strippers to a Disney film called Planes. And to do a Disney film, you guys, is amazing because you cannot work for a bigger company than Disney. You work for Disney? No, seriously. You work for Disney? Woo! It's like a relationship because before I worked for Disney, no one wanted to work with me. All of a sudden you get a hold of a good one and everyone is calling. Nickelodeon was calling, Fox Sports and Cartoon Network. And Disney makes you feel very comfortable. They let you know right away. Gabriel, you have nothing to worry about. Disney is going to take really good care of you. Really good care of you. And then Nickelodeon called and said, we'll do things Disney won't. And I was like, well, hello, Nickelodeon. So there I go, cheating on Disney. I go to Nickelodeon Studios in Burbank because they want to pitch me a cartoon. And to get a show pitched to you is very different than auditioning. I walk in and the director comes out and she was really cool. She's like, let me just cut to the chase. This is a special cartoon here at Nickelodeon. It's about a little toy car. This toy car has a bunch of other little friends that are also toy cars. Each toy car has its own individual personality. There's the happy car, there's sad car, there's crazy car. And one of these toy cars, we need to be a little different. And in Hollywood, when they say different, they mean Mexican. That's what they mean. They'll never tell you that because it's a little politically incorrect. We want you to play it. No. So what they do is they give you a series of suggestive words to let you know the type of direction they want you to take a certain character. So they walk me into a sound room. They close the door. They put me in front of a podium with a microphone and a script. And they give me the headphones. I put them on. And then the director goes behind the glass. And she starts to talk to me through a PA system. And she's like,
okay, listen, Gabriel. If you could just read the top line, we're going to figure this character out. And then we're going to take it from there. Okay? Whenever you're ready.
So, the line that I'm supposed to read is, hey guys, I can't believe we're all here. So I'm like, I got this. Here we go. This is Gabriel Iglesias, take one. Hey guys, I can't believe that we're all here.
Okay, listen, that's really good. Really, really good. If you could just do me a favor and give me a little spice. That would be super.
As soon as I heard her say spice, I'm like, oh my God, they want me to play it like a gardener. Now I realize I messed up. So I'm like, oh, here we go. Fine. This is Gabriel Iglesias, take two.
Hey guys, I cannot believe that we are all here.
Okay, listen, you sound really unenthusiastic. If you could do me a favor and give me more energy and double the spice. I'm talking muy caliente, okay? Whenever you're ready.
This is Gabriel Iglesias, take three. Hey guys, I cannot believe that we are all here.
Okay, listen, we know you do sound effects in your show. Can you give us a sound effect for a toy car?
I'm like, toy car, I got this, no problem. Here we go.
Can you put spice on that?
They want me to put an accent on a sound effect. I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do. I'm like, I don't know. Varoom.
Can you give us anything else?
I am so frustrated. I'm so annoyed. I'm so ready to walk. I just grab the microphone and I do this. Just as I'm about to take off my headphones, she looks at me and she says,
Perfect.
thanks you guys very much for having me. Thank you, Arsenio. My name is Gabriel Iglesias. I know some of you, all of you are wondering, Gabriel, are you related to Enrique? Well, for all the ladies here tonight, you better believe it.
And Gabriel is with us this morning. Good morning. I love the shirt. That's
What's up?
How are you?
So Hawaiian shirt, you know, Steve Dahl's been doing this for years. He's a local radio personality, but is this your trademark here?
Oh, absolutely. The whole Hawaiian shirt thing, it's like, it's been a thing, for me for a long time, ever since I've gotten into comedy. Hawaiian shirts symbolize the whole happy time,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
funny because people ask me all the time if I'm Hawaiian. I'm like, no. And they're like, well, why do you wear Hawaiian shirts? I'm like, because they fit. When you're fluffy, you don't have options. You got to go with the flow, you know what I mean? It's funny, too, because I found out why they asked me if I'm Hawaiian. I come to find out that Hawaiian people apparently look like swollen Mexicans. Like, I went to Hawaii, I got off the plane, they're like, I look around, they look at me, I look at them, I'm like, oh my God, my family! They look at me, aloha brother, aloha kima, kele, malo malo. I'm like, orale.
Stop it.
Oh, man. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Long Beach, California. By the water, it's cool.
Yeah.
So do you like this weather when you come here to Chicago?
Actually, it's pretty nice right now, It's like I got here and
Yeah.
people are freaking out because I'm wearing shorts. You can't see that because it's under the table, but yeah, I'm wearing shorts. Keeping it real.
Yeah. So now I hear you do a pretty good Paul Rodriguez impression. Now he's...
That's very true. Paul is one of my idols, and I try to base a lot of my comedy on him, Well, not on him, but I mean, just when I was starting off, big influence on me. Definitely Paul Rodriguez. When you think of Latinos in the business, the first name that comes to mind is Paul Rodriguez. And then George Lopez, hey. Paul definitely one of the big guys. He actually brought me up on stage one time. He goes, this next guy coming to the stage, about a year and a half ago, he was losing the battle to anorexia. And as you can clearly see, he beat it. Always making fun of me because I'm fluffy. Whatever. But
Fluffy.
that's the politically correct term, fluffy. For those of you that don't remember, there's 5 levels of fatness. There's big, there's healthy, there's husky, there's fluffy, and there's damn. And I'm fluffy. So it's cool.
You're one step away.
Oh, I'm in the middle. I'm like, Hercules. I'm kind of working with it.
You're performing a couple shows up there in Vernon Hills.
Absolutely, doing the whole New Year's thing and stuff. And it's cool. A lot of people are asking how they can find out about it. I have my own website, which is kind of funny. It's fluffyguy.com.
Really?
It's actually the name of the site. Make sure you type the word guy after fluffy. Don't just type fluffy, because if you go to fluffy, that's not me.
No.
I don't want you to go, he's so nasty, because you forgot guy. And so now you're looking at the wrong Pikachu.
Right.
are going to be looking at a lot of interesting sights coming up. Well, we put your info on the screen. Zanies in St. Charles.
Right? Yeah, Pheasant Run.
And New Year's Eve, you have 2 shows in Vernon Hills. Hey, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.
You want to hang out a little bit? We're going to have some...
We have our love expert coming up.
Oh,
and she's always
what's up?
interesting. Stick around.
And by the way, you guys, since the last time we were here, I've had a few things change in my life. Some things happened that were so crazy that I couldn't even believe that it was a possibility. First thing that happened was I had my first ever celebrity death hoax, meaning that someone faked my death on the internet and it went viral. Someone wrote an amazing article that was read by over 30 million people that was so good. Even I was like, oh my God, I was so nice. TMZ reported it for 30 minutes until they called my publicist and confirmed that I was still alive. The article said that I had died October 31st from complications of type 2 diabetes. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, that's a hell of a day to kill a diabetic. You know what I mean? That's like killing Santa on Christmas Eve. 30 million people read this article. No one thought to call me. Except Martin. That's right. Martin was the only one that called me. And I think that was just to verify that he still had employment. I got that phone call. Hello? Martin was like, hey, you dead? No, man, I'm good. I figured you would have texted me. And I would have, because that's the kind of friend I am, you know? I even asked my son Frankie, I said, Frankie, did you hear I died? That's what they meant. I go, what do you mean that's what they meant? Well, my friends were asking if you were okay. I go, what'd you tell them? I hadn't seen you. And so, well, apparently I died. Welcome back. And that's another thing that's changed, you guys. My son Frankie is now 18 years old and 1 week away from graduation. You guys are clapping, but he's not leaving. I've already asked him, I said, Frankie, what do you want to do with your life? Have you thought about college? Just now. I'm like, Frankie, you do realize that all you need to do is get accepted. I tell a lot of jokes. I will pay for your entire college education, no matter where you want to go. As long as you get accepted. What do you think about that? I say, you know, if you want to go to school in California, we'll make it happen. You want to go to school out of state, we'll make it happen. I said, hell, I'll even do one of those international programs. You know, the ones where you give them one of your children and then they give you one of their children? What is it called when you kid swap? Thank you. Sorry. That's right. Exchange. Some of you are like, that's called human trafficking. Different program. I would love to do an exchange program with my son, but don't give me a regular kid. If I'm gonna do an exchange program, give me a kid from like a hardcore third world country so that he appreciates all the basic things most American children take for granted. That's why I say, give me little Tombutu. Give me Tombutu. I would love Tombutu, and Tombutu would love me.
Mr. Fluffy,
Yes, Tombutu.
I was wondering, what time do we go to sleep?
You go to sleep whenever you like. This is your room. We sleep next door. All of this is for Tombutu? Yes, all of this is for Tombutu.
In my village, 2 families sleep in an area this big.
Well, here in America, one big-ass Mexican kid sleeps right here. Enjoy. And then I would take him to like IHOP or Denny's and let him order whatever he wants and just watch him lose it. You know?
This is the Thanksgiving Thanksgiving I heard of. Thank you, Mr. Fluffy. Thank you. If there is anything Tombuto can do for you, please tell me. Anything.
Can you help me take out the trash?
For you, I will eat the trash.
Meanwhile, my son's on the other side of the world on top of an elephant trying to get Wi-Fi. And by the way, I know I keep pointing at people in the front right here. If you're here tonight with someone you have no business being here with, and you see a camera coming by, just be like, hey, victory! They're very respectful. They'll go to the next person. Don't even worry about that. Before I forget, you guys, I would like to thank the Allstate Arena for providing some amazing accommodations backstage. Let me tell you right now, I love my dressing room for the simple fact that it has basic things that I really like light switches. A lot of these arenas are now starting to go green, and so they're taking away the light switches and they're replacing them with sensors. Sensors are cool when they work. You know what I mean? Like when you're 10 feet away and it senses you and the whole room just... What I don't like is that when they're messed up, then you have to walk into a dark-ass room and establish your presence. But then you stand still for 4 seconds. No. Shit! In addition, backstage, my sink has knobs on it. I have control of the temperature and the pressure of the water, which in the Chicago area I believe is very important, especially in the winter. Oh man, you guys are no joke in the winter. You need warm water when you wash your hands. You can't rely on a sensor that gives you nothing but cold water, because you wash your hands with cold water, your hands get all cryptic. Then you go outside and people are making fun of you. Look at Thriller. My dressing room, you guys, has a sink that has hot and cold. You can control the water. You can control the temperature. You can control the pressure. I hate it when they take that away from us and they replace it with that little sensor. So now, in addition to being a comedian, now I gotta be a magician. I'm not a magician, but if you watch me wash my hands, that's what I look like, you know, just... Nothing. Then you walk away. I feel like there's someone behind the mirror messing with me, like, watch this. Some places stop there. Some places keep going. I like a lot of soap when I wash my hands. I like a good soap dispenser. I like the, the pump. I hate it when they take that away from us and then they replace it with that little spout that goes next to the faucet. You stick your hand under it and it gives you that little booger of soap. You know what I mean? That little moco, you put it under. You know you need more, so you pull it out and then you go back in, but the sensor's like, no, it's still you. Now you gotta trick it, right? Once you get enough soap on your hands, now you gotta try to wash it off. But you can't wash it off then and there because the timer for the water has timed out. So now you have to back up and now you have to put on a second performance. Now it's a race to get that soap off your hands. Once you get the soap off your hands, now you gotta try to dry your hands. Some places still give you a towel, some places give you paper towels. Some take the paper towels and they put them in a box on the wall with another sensor. And there you are. 3 inches of paper. 3 inches, Chicago. You can't do anything with 3 inches. Ask any woman, they'll tell you. Or a guy, I'm equal opportunity. I need control of the paper. I need the crank. Some places stop there, some places keep going. Have you ever walked into the bathroom stall, closed the door, locked it, turned around, looked at the toilet, and seen a blinking red light on the wall? And you're like, really? Here too? All you're trying to do is get the tissue paper off the wall for the toilet seat. You take one step. I haven't even done anything. You grab the paper. You turn around and you put it on like a cape. And you let it slide down your back while you slowly try to time it just right. And just as you're about to sit down, somebody always walks into the bathroom and distracts you. Huh? But it's too late. Your knees are bent. And unless you do CrossFit, you're not coming back from that one. Then your bare ass touches the seat. And you're like, ah! And just when you think it can't get any worse, and all this water splashing up, hitting you right in the ass. And then the water goes down the drain and it creates that air vortex that goes right between your legs. So now you have a tsunami in the back. You have a tornado in the front. And who's the victim?
Pikachu.
And he's holding on for dear life. You haven't even made magic yet and you've already been violated by plumbing. Now you do what you need to do. You finish. Now it's time for cleanup, time for maintenance. So you reach over for the toilet paper, and the problem with using the restroom nowadays is that most venues, including this one, instead of putting a human-size toilet paper roll inside of the human-size toilet paper roll dispenser, they take their ass to Costco or Sam's Club or one of these places where you buy in bulk, and they buy that giant gorilla roll of toilet paper. And then they come back here and they force it into that little tiny compartment. And then they close the door on it. So now this giant wheel is locked in place. You can't even spin it. You're just... You can't even find where it starts because they glue it. Out of desperation, you gotta pull out your car keys and cut into the side of it like a bag of cocaine on Narcos. Then you get the paper, you try to wipe. Chicago, a year from now, I am predicting that they are gonna take 100% control of the restroom. You're gonna be sitting there and you're gonna think of me because you're gonna see it. You're gonna look over to get the toilet paper and there's gonna be a blinking red light on it. And you're gonna be like, oh my God, Fluffy called it. And what are you gonna have to do? One sheet. You're gonna get frustrated and just sit on it. Sorry, bro. I know that was a lot of culo. I threw at you right there. She's like, it's like Magic Mike. I'm so sorry, bro. That was a lot. Damn. Yeah.